Solana price surges as institutional demand and ETF speculation drive momentum. The price of Solana has staged an impressive rally, trading at $200.56 after touching highs above $217 earlier in the week. This marks a 17% weekly gain, standing out in a consolidating cryptocurrency market where most majors have struggled. Despite a 5% pullback yesterday, Solana remains firmly within a bullish structure, supported by record trading volumes and growing institutional inflow. According to on-chain data, institutional players now hold over 4.2 million SOL, representing nearly $879 million in exposure. Major corporate names like Apexi, DeFi, Development Corp, and Exodus Movement have expanded their Solana positions in recent weeks. At the same time, funds such as Pantera Capital are preparing new allocations into Solana, signaling continued institutional adoption, with SOL's market capitalization exceeding $115 billion. These inflows reinforce its status as a core holding alongside Ethereum and Bitcoin for diversified portfolios. One of the biggest catalysts for Solana is speculation around potential SOL-backed ETH, with applications already filed by Bitswazan 21 shares. A US SEC decision is expected by October, and approval would open Solana to traditional investment channels, similar to what Bitcoin and Ethereum experienced through their ETH. This anticipation is already creating incremental demand as investors position themselves ahead of regulatory clarity. Adding to momentum, Solana has seen adoption outside pure crypto trading. The US Department of Commerce integrated Solana's blockchain for publishing economic data, a move that signals Solana's potential as a digital infrastructure layer, not just a DeFi platform. Beyond government interests, DeFi protocols and NFT projects continue migrating to Solana, taking advantage of its low fees and high throughput, which outpace most competitors. This dual role as both a financial settlement layer and a broader public infrastructure tool enhances Solana's long-term value proposition. From a technical perspective, SOL is consolidating above the $200 level and forming a bullish, ascending channel. The relative strength index RSI at 58 leaves room for more upside before overbought conditions emerge. Key resistance lies between $215 and $230, a zone that has capped rallies since July. A confirmed breakout above $215 would likely trigger acceleration toward $240, and a sustained push could open the path to $270, $280, according to multiple chart analysts. On the downside, supports are well defined at $197, $192, and $182, with a deeper pullback toward $168 only likely if momentum collapses. Trading activity in Solana derivatives has exploded. Solana reports a whopping $43.88 billion in monthly futures volume. This record underscores both retail and institutional interests, and more importantly, it provides liquidity depth for further rallies. High volume at rising prices is typically a bullish confirmation, showing that new buyers are entering the market rather than speculative short squeezes driving the move. On the SOL BTC trading pair, Solana is testing resistance around 0.001850 BTC, with support seen at 0.001600 OBTC. A breakout above this threshold would signal that Solana is gaining ground on Bitcoin, which often precedes major institutional flows. Solana is catching up to Ethereum in TVL and developer activity, reinforcing its position as Ethereum's most direct Layer 1 competitor. Earlier this week, Solana briefly dipped to $200, shaking out highly leveraged long positions before bouncing back. Such washouts typically reset the market and create healthier conditions for sustainable upside. The fact that Sol quickly rebounded to $205 and above demonstrates that dip-buying demand remains intact, with long-term holders and institutions accumulating at every with price consolidation above $200, resistance tested at $215, and institutional support at record levels. Solana Solo ST is positioned for a possible leg higher toward $270, $280. Once those levels are cleared, we'll be eyeing the all-time high of $294.85 from 2021. Exciting, right? Solana definitely has its risks, especially with wild market swings and uncertainty around its adoption and liquidity, but big institutional money is still making this a top crypto pick for 2025. But big institutional money is still making this a top crypto pick for 2025.